Good afternoon, everybody. Today is May 6th, Saturday, 2023, and I'm still working on the rear flush mount glass on the car. And the task that I'm working out on is a pretty difficult one, if I'm being honest with you. What I'm basically trying to do is to get this edge right here to meet my flush mount glass. And the edge of my flush mount glass running down through here from Fessler is perfectly straight. It doesn't have any bow into it or anything of that nature. And so I found myself in a situation where I needed to move this entire seam in, out, up and down and whatnot to make it match the glass, because the profile of the original, the reproduction cell panel here didn't match the Fessler glass worth of crap. And so as I began to start making, you see here how I've got a cut that runs down through here, you see that? On the other side, I even have a cut running on the inside here as well. And as I start making those cuts and kind of manipulating that little edge right there, what ends up happening is it ends up getting very, very deformed and defunct. And this is actually the edge out of the opposite side of the car. That piece that goes right there, the very edge. That's what this is, and obviously I have abandoned the piece that was welded into the car. It finally got to the point where it was just so warped and not straight and ugly that I decided I would take my sheet metal brake and make just an entire new lip that would ultimately go into the edge of the car, going around the glass. What I ran into, which is the purpose of this video to share with you guys, is that I wasn't happy with the profile. Can you see right there how the edge is just not nice and crisp? It's kind of a rounded over edge. You see what I mean there? I didn't care for that because I knew that when I went off and I put that into the car, I was going to end up with this sharp edge of glass and then this rolled over section of metal here. And at the end of the day, I would have something that just didn't look as crisp and as sharp as it needed to be. If we come over here and we have a look at this side of the car, you'll see that I have made a piece and I've welded it into the car, and the edge is more crisp. I'm quite happy with it. It is a sharper edge. The way that I was able to obtain that sharper edge, I called up my friend Darren at Woodward Fab, who's been my rep over there for years, and I said, man, I'm using your brake. I'm not happy with the edge that I'm getting out of it. I know that I need to make, some kind of change to be able to get a sharper bending edge. And Darren told me to do two things. He said, number one, Ian, this triangular looking piece right here on the top has got a nut right there. He said, I want you to tighten that a little bit and put some pressure on it. And what that's going to do is just basically push on this thing so it can't bend backward in that direction as you start bending. You have another one of those down here as well. He said after you do that, part of the problem here is you're getting this deformation, this rolled over edge, because the entire machine is pushing backwards due to the metal. And so he said, not just that, he said, I want you to take this section right here, bring it up to 90 degrees to where it's being held just like that right there, support it with something, get some help, whatever is the case. And then he said, I want you to adjust these little boogers right here. You loosen the bolt right there, and then as you sit there and you move on that cam, it moves. Do you see that? You see that? It moves everything in and out. And so he said, basically, bring this piece up at 90 degrees and then move that entire bending head to the point that it touches this, so that there's basically no space there whatsoever. So at the end of the day, between adjusting my brake and then also putting some pressure on it here, I was able to get a lot sharper bend, and that really made all of the difference to where I had something that I was happy with through here that I think, is ultimately going to be a lot more crisp and look better. Honestly, I don't doubt that their manual probably shows you that stuff and tells you that stuff, but if I'm being totally honest, I'm a straight male and I don't read instructions. And when I put stuff together, I generally got extra pieces left over, and that's just how I do things. So anyways, I called Darren, and he helped me out with that one. So that's a little trick of what you can do if you got one of those brakes to make some adjustments and get a tighter bend out of it. Hope that helps somebody. I'm really happy with how things are coming along, trying to transition from my roof to my sail panel, where I'm correcting all that mess that was in there and then rebuilding this whole seam. It's coming along good. I think it's going to look fantastic. I'll have a finished product to show you guys in the relatively near future. You guys have a great weekend. Thank you for watching. Y'all be good.